David, let's just cut right to the chase. I mean, I know you've got your big fight coming up on Saturday night in Phoenix at the Phoenix Suns Arena against Kyrone Davis. It's going to be on Showtime, but you've obviously also had a chance to review on last Saturday night the Canelo Alvarez Caleb Plant fight. What was your immediate takeaway of how strong Canelo looked in that fight?
It was a good performance. I think what happened is exactly what I predicted. I felt like Canelo was gonna start off good on Caleb Plant's part. He's gonna move around, be really defensive, but then Canelo was just gonna end up cutting the ring, working to the body, and ending up catching him with a big shot. And that's exactly what happened. I've said time and time before that the people that are gonna last with Canelo and give Canelo a good fights are the ones that got power. You can be defensive all you want, but sooner or later you're gonna get caught with a big shot. So, I feel like you got to get him before he gets you. These guys have been fighting them, these past four guys. They look like they just want to make it to the 12th round. And, I feel like to beat Canelo, you have to leave it all in there every single round. So, that's what I took from the fight, And then also, when Caleb Plant would utilize his combinations, he'd have a lot of success. And then also my standpoint, just seeing the jab, I feel like I have a better jab than Caleb Plant, stronger jab. And I throw combinations really well, and I'm a body puncher too. So, I see a lot of things right there, a lot of potential holes in Canelo's game plan that I like, and I feel like I could expose.
Those are all great points, David. I mean, obviously you raised a great one, which is, Caleb Plant did have success with the jab, but I felt in a way, it sounds like you did too, that he was kind of bringing a BB gun to a fight where the other guy had a 357 Magnum, right? And I think that's what you're saying, is that if you're going to fight Canelo, you've got to have that bazooka of a right hand that I know you feel you have.
Yeah, exactly. And I feel like I said, you got to leave it all in there. You can't just try to make it past every round, or you can't just try to make it to the 12th round. You got to fight your heart out. You know what I mean? And you got to go through hell and back. And looking at the first and second Golovkin fight, I feel like that's exactly what Golovkin did, and that's why he had so much success. And that's why it was such a good fight, because each man was trying to end it every single round. So I feel like that's the way you have to fight Canelo. You have to fight fire with fire.
Did you also mentioned the fact that Plant did land some punches, especially on those combinations. Were you encouraged by what you saw there on that front? Look, I think when you look at what Canelo Alvarez has done this year, this is a guy fighting at his peak. 3 fights, 3 knockout victories. It seems like he's performing in prime position. But do you see any kind of slippage or at least exposure that you can exploit if you were to be his next opponent?
Yeah, I feel like out of all those 3 guys, I'm a completely different fighter. I feel like I'm the strongest, I'm the fastest, and I'm the youngest of them all. I got 24 fights, 21 knockouts. I think if I would have fought all those guys, I would have had the same result as Canelo. I think I would have stopped all those guys too. So, like I said, I'm a combination puncher too. I got a great jab and I got some great body shots. That recipe seems to work for every fighter. But like I said, I'm hungry. I want this opportunity, and I feel like I can hurt Canelo. I believe in my power, my punching power. So I know he's strong too, but I feel like if I land the right shots, I could hurt him as well.
You've had a lot of back and forth with Caleb Plant. After seeing the way he performed that night, do you have a deeper respect for him, or what exactly was your takeaway from watching Caleb?
Not only have deep respect for him, I have respect for every boxer. But like I said, that's exactly what I thought was going to happen. I think he shouldn't have ran his mouth so much, made such a big deal. But I guess you have to do what you got to do to sell the fights. But no, it was a good fight. As a standpoint from a boxing fan, I thought it was a really good fight, and I enjoyed it.
Steven Espinoza of Showtime, the head of Showtime, told me last week that he loved the idea of putting your fight, 1 week after Canelo's, because, you can kind of build the story as to what's next. He wants fights that make sense. So here was a 168-pound undisputed fight last week. Now we get to see basically a guy who can stamp himself as the leading challenger to Canelo Alvarez. What do you need to do Saturday against Kyrone Davis to make sure that you are that guy that Canelo fights next in May, Cinco de Mayo?
I'm going to do exactly what I've been doing, just being exciting. I'm very excited, too, because this is the first time in 2 years that I fought with the live audience. Since I fought Anthony Durham, my past 2 fights have been in the bubble, so I'm excited just to have the fans back. I just got done with the 7-mile run. I'm in great condition. I'm cutting weight, and I don't even get tired running right now. So I'm in great condition. So I just got to go out there, show out, and just get the fans what they want to see. They want to see punches. They want to see punches and bunches, and they want to see knockouts. So that's what I'm gonna give them.
You do have to keep your eyes on the prize. Obviously, it could be exciting to think about a Cinco de Mayo fight against Canelo Alvarez, but you've got a guy in Kyrone Davis who has, fought Anthony Durrell to a draw, and we saw what Anthony Durrell did on Saturday night with a great knockout victory. How seriously are you taking this guy, and ultimately, how do you win this fight?
No, I took him very serious. I was getting ready for somebody else, and I took that person very serious too. So I had a tremendous training camp. In all honesty, I've been training for almost about 4.5 months, because before I had caught COVID, my training camp was done already. It was 2 weeks left to the fight. So I got COVID, trained after 3 weeks. So I'm basically coming off of 2 camps. And I take every opponent serious. Kyrone Davis, you've had a great last fight with Anthony Durrell. So, I know he's a live dog in there, and he knows this is a big opportunity for him too. So we're taking it very serious.
We mentioned what Canelo said, that, he's probably going to reconvene with his team in January and would like to fight Cinco de Mayo fight. It seems to me when you look at the landscape, it's basically you, Gennady Golovkin, who fights at the end of the year in Japan, and then Jermall Charlo, the undefeated middleweight champion, is probably going to try to make a run at this too. Have you received any encouragement from PBC or Showtime, or any kind of like a nod and a wink, like, look, just do what you intend to do Saturday night and that fight's yours? Or what do you think that you have to do to put yourself head and shoulders in position to land that fight?
No, I haven't heard anything from the promotion company. There hasn't been any talks, but obviously we know we're the front runners in that fight. So we're gonna fight this fight, get the victory, and then go back into training camp. So I just got to be prepared for anything. I was supposed to be the mandatory in my last fight because I won the WBC title eliminator, and this one was supposed to be an IBF and WBC title eliminator, but Uzbekistan popped dirty for steroids, and they took that title eliminatory away. So I feel like I just got to be ready, man. I'm 25 years old. I turned 25 in December. I feel like I'm coming into my prime now. I'm very focused, very motivated, and I'm training very hard. I know the big fight's on the horizon, but if we don't get that fight, it's fine. I got a lot of time left. My job is to fight whoever it is they put in front of me. So we're gonna be ready for whatever situation comes our way.
I thought it was encouraging in Las Vegas. Last question, Canelo and Eddie Reynoso, when your name came up, Eddie Reynoso actually mentioned your name. He brought up your name. Do you believe that these guys will follow through with taking on a fight with David Benavidez, or is there any concern that they're going to try to focus on doing something else other than that?
Yeah, I believe they'll take a fight with me soon. Only because I feel like Canelo really cares about what the people got to say about him, and I think I'm a big credibility right there. Everybody wants to see the fight. Everybody wants to see him with the young lion. He's been taking over the division one by one, and I feel like I'm the only one who can give him a challenge. And, I believe in myself, I believe in my skills, and I believe that I will be the one to dethrone Canelo.
Great. And I know there's been a lot of bumps in the road for you throughout, David, but can you imagine David Benavidez versus Canelo Alvarez, Cinco de Mayo 2022?
Yeah, that would be amazing, man. And that's exactly what we're training for. It's going to happen, and I will be victorious.
Wow. Great, David. Thank you so much. I really appreciate your time. Good luck Saturday night in Phoenix on Showtime.
Thank you, brother.